some mental calculations here. In one, we have 82 tortoises. For you.
So sweet.
All right, let's go outside. What's going on, everyone? I have a couple of baby sulcatas here. So I thought this would be a great time to show you guys how that I care for all these babies. These guys are offered up for sale. They are going to go to new homes eventually, but they are great little tortoises. They get huge, and it requires a lot of work making sure these little boogers are happy and healthy here. So as you notice, we're inside these vision cages, awesome cages. We had the Guru monitor and the black dragon that Jerry gave us, but I gave them back for a little while because I needed the space to raise these guys properly. Sulcatas, when they're little, can be a little tricky to put them outdoors because as they're little, they can get a bacterial infection on their skin if it gets too wet. And I don't want that to happen, so I've been keeping them inside and they've been doing very well. We've got a lot of little babies, and today I'm gonna go over all the things you need to do to make sure you have healthy, happy baby tortoises. Yeah, they are funny, man. So we've got this top one, but look, we also have some down below. So we're gonna wrangle these guys all up and we're gonna do a soak. We're gonna soak these little dudes, and that is gonna make sure that they are hydrated properly. So I've got some bins set up outside for these guys, and that's gonna enable us to really, oh, look at this, there's one hiding in there, there's one right there.
They always like to get in there.
They do love to get in little tight spaces. Reptiles love to do that, especially small tortoises, because everybody eats little baby turtles and tortoises. So we want to make sure that they feel secure by giving them places to hide. So we've got all the little boogers here in my hands. We got the top level all set, and what we'll do is we'll just keep these little guys separated. So we got the top level. Let's go get the ones down below. And you'll notice now, guys, for keeping the sulcatas, they're a drier species, right? These are tortoises that come from sub-desert, sub-Saharan Africa, so you're going to want to make sure you keep them dry. But I did put some of the sphagnum, I did put some sphagnum moss in here that holds the humidity, and I do mist them down. Very important for all baby tortoises. So I'm going to go ahead and get this group out best we can, and then we'll do a count. And you can get baby sulcata tortoises pretty regularly, but you got to know what you're getting into, because as you'll see at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the adults. If it's your first time joining us here on Kamp Kenan learning about turtles and tortoises, you'll get to see the adults that actually made these little angels here. So we're just putting them all in there. They're nice and warm, and that's what's great. They feel good. They feel happy and healthy. They're moving around. That's also very important. When you're picking out a baby from a pet store, you want to make sure that it's got healthy eyes. They're bright and clear. The animal's moving around. They're responding to my kind of grabbing the other ones. You see, that's important also. You don't want a tortoise that just does nothing. You want them to react. So this is where you know they're actually healthy. And oh gosh, I'm just reaching in, getting handfuls of baby tortoises here.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
What's that?
That they, if they're not fearful of you trying to take them out of their home.
Right. Well, now there's some that don't move because they're asleep. But once you wake them up, they should all start moving around. So I like to get active tortoises. Even better is when you possibly have someone who's been, who's been caring for the animals. If you can see them eating, that's great. That's one of the things I used to do at reptile shows. And what was kind of cool, that people enjoyed coming to my table, because what happens is I was able to just take some cactus, throw it in there, and the baby tortoises right in the reptile show, we're just chowing down on everything. So that's a clear indicator that these little dudes were happy and healthy. So I'm just making sure there's no tortoises in here. No, but there is one I neglected to grab on the corner there. Can you reach in and grab it there, buddy?
There we go, bud.
Now we're going to go outside. We'll get a count. We'll keep talking about tortoises. And this should be really cool.
All right. You got them both?
I think I can get them both, bud. Yep, I got them. All right, let's go outside. So I'm going to go ahead. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20,
21, 22.
There you go, 21, 22. All right, let's see. I'm going to put some in here now. So we got 22 in the first one. 2, 4, 6, 8. What do you got? 10?
10.
Here's 12. Here's 14.
16.
Here's 18. You got 20?
We'll go 22 in each box.
Yeah, I got 22 here.
And that's
All right.
22. Perfect.
Let's see how many we got left. Let's go to the third one. There's 4. Here's 8.
10. Oops.
12, 14. You got 16.
16.
18, 20.
22.
All right, so how many we got left? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 divided by 3?
Is 5 plus 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means we put 5 in each, and then we have 1 that goes into one of them.
Wow, you're so smart, dude. That's why he's around. All right, let's take 5. We got 5 here.
You got them all in one?
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's 5.
I'm gonna take 2 for the far one.
Okay. I'll take another 5 here.
I got you guys. There we go.
So how many tortoises do we have?
You're going to have 27 in each, and then one of these will have 28.
28 in here. Okay. Whew. Let me do some mental calculations here. We got 28 in one. We got
Do you want to do 27
plus
times 3 plus 1?
27 plus, we have 82 tortoises. Yeah, excellent. So now you guys know the horrible truth. I'm not such a smart man, but I know how to take care of tortoises. I can't count well. Anyway, here we go. So what I'm doing, very simple, is you let them soak. They'll move around in here. You know they're getting hydrated, no big deal. Let's move on over to these redfoot tortoises for a little bit. These guys can stay outside. I don't worry about them as much because they are more acclimated to a high humidity environment. We've got beautiful cherry head right here. Look at that, gorgeous. We've got some great cherry heads available. Oh, we also
Look at
have,
that little stack.
yeah, a little tortoise stack, if you will.
Hide under there.
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna pull these guys out and we're
this
gonna
guy.
soak them as well. Let's put them on over here. In fact, you know what? Put them in that bin.
In the small one?
Yeah, put them in the small one, and we'll just keep them separated. And I'll put some water from the hose in this.
These guys are so cute.
Yeah, they're awesome. Okay. Again, very simple. I'm just going to throw some water in here. This way, we know that these little dudes are going to get hydrated. And look how beautiful they are. The colors on the redfoots and cherry heads are just incredible. And that's all the water we need. I want to get the rest of these guys out. We've got a couple more milling about. Look at this. I'll bet you there's some in there. No. Wow. Sneaky.
Oh, these guys are
Oh,
small.
hello.
Oh, there they are.
Look at that. This is tortoise husbandry. Quite a few we have. A couple of cherry. Really nice looking cherry heads here. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Aren't they beautiful? So the cherry, see, that's a redfoot, but it's really light. You see, I get these light ones, and then here are cherry heads. Those are the cherries. Just incredible.
God, look how dark the...
Yeah, that's how you can tell it's a cherry head.
God.
Yep, really nice plastrons.
That's
really
just
Isn't that cool? So
beautiful.
that's a cherry head. That's a redfoot. That's a cherry head. That's a cherry head. That's a cherry head. Look at this. And look at the shells when they're wet. Isn't that great?
Oh, they're so shiny,
vibrant. Yeah.
That's totally true, especially coming from a
Look at
colorblind person.
Yeah. Well, I can see the
Yeah.
contrast. So those are all, look at that. Those are cherry heads. Right there. Beautiful. Here are little.
These almost look, yeah, definitely vibrant with the, oh my God, look at the orange spots.
Yeah, those are here, look,
These
cherry
are
heads, redfoots right here.
Beautiful.
That's a redfoot. Yep. See, there's a little bit of
Yep.
black.
Oh, okay.
See the difference?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's A-tail. So yeah, we're just letting these guys soak. Very important. And then just look, you know, a very simple design to the cage. We've got some hiding areas, okay, that have been working out real well. We got a watering dish. We built this a couple weeks back. The only thing that I think it needs is, I would love to get a philodendron. Maybe I'll get one later today to put in here, just for some color, just to keep it like more natural looking. It's pretty
Would they
bare.
eat it?
They might nibble on it, which is fine. It can't hurt them. But yeah, just to have some viney plants growing in here would be pretty cool. Maybe even a small little potted hibiscus or something like that.
Just gonna say,
yeah, because they
love the
love
red.
hibiscus. We'll show you. So I planted hibiscus all around the yard because I can just walk over to these. Okay, very simply. Look at all these flowers. These are food. You just pluck them off, and now you've got a treat for your tortoises. So I'm just
And they straight up love them. They can see the bright colors.
yes,
And they're attracted to it, or at least
right.
it looks like they
that's
are.
exactly right. They're attracted to it. You could feed them the leaves as well. Okay, but right now I'm just plucking off all these flowers. There's many over there. Yes, some red ones over here. Check it out. We've got mulberry. These mulberry leaves are good for them to eat. This is some type of primrose that the rabbits have been
Yeah, they
getting, or
have.
the tortoises.
There's not much left.
Not much left, but we're able to get some of this, which is good.
Kate loves when we go through the garden and pluck
Just-
all the
Just
blooming
beautiful
flowers.
we also
Yep.
get. Look, they'll eat some of this vine that's growing up on it. So it's really cool when you live down here in the south or even up north when you guys can grow things outside. Just go ahead, look at this. Look at this. This is all food. And it's natural food they're going to love. I don't know the name of this vine, but it's a pain in the neck. So we're just going to take it and I'll throw it in. And those cherry heads will eat it. Those redfoots will eat it. And it didn't cost me anything. I love it. You grow your own food. So much fun. And the sulcatas, they go through everything. So let's just do a little of that. Okay. I'll save some for the sullies. This is what's cool about being the guy that actually cares for the animals and raises them. And when you get a tortoise from someone who's caring for them, it's always a healthier animal because, you know, I'm hands-on. It's not sitting at a pet store where there's employees and sometimes they don't, you know how it is to get people to do their job sometimes. So yeah, man, I basically am the guy that handles all these animals, make sure they're doing good. I do this once a week. They get a nice soak, you see, they're moving about. All the animals look good. They're drinking. You might even see a white paste in the water. Don't freak out. That's urates. The tortoises will pass their urine in a solid form. It's called urates. So they pass it. And you want it to be passed like a paste. It's a little bit healthier than if they pass it. For example, look at this. There it is. That's urates, friends. See that little paste? It looks like toothpaste. And that means the tortoises are actually healthy. There's some vermiculite here from them, some of the babies that just came out. Hey, you know what we'll do? Let's go look in the incubator and see if anyone's in need of joining these children in the nursery. Let me grab these too. So
Put them inside.
yeah, I'll put them inside in the enclosure so when we put the animals back in, they'll already have food waiting for them. And since we're going back inside, I can talk to you about my friends at Fluker. They have a really convenient snack that they've purchased, or that they've manufactured actually. Dude, this has been awesome for my baby tortoises. It's a herbivore blend. It's great for tortoises. It's fortified with calcium. They call it the grub bag, and you know, got to get your grub. It is quick and convenient. I add water to the actual bag. Look at this. I've been letting this soak while we've been filming.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I've let it soak, and then what I'm going to do, the Ziplock's really good. So now it's rehydrated all the good veggies, and I just sprinkle it out here. So they're getting moisture.
Looks like a good buffet.
It's such a good buffet. Wait until you see these little guys eat. They eat it all up. They love it. So this is a real convenient way for me to feed these babies because there's so many of them. But they'll, in a day, this will be gone. They're really quite efficient little murderers of vegetation. So I just sprinkle, 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 and we'll get some out for our friends, the good old cherry heads and redfoots too. I've been watching a lot of Jim Carrey movies with the kids, trying to get them. We were watching Liar Liar and Bruce Almighty. It was
Trying to
fun.
culture them. Give 'em
Culture is
Yeah,
important,
of
I
course.
think. I'm going to go ahead and place this. Now, with a dish like this, I like to sink it into the substrate so they can easily crawl on it, and that'll be a nice little meal. Let's put them back in. I think that's enough time.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, they're looking good, man. We get them, it'll stimulate them to make the poopies. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's get some of these little kids out.
Oh, this guy's tiny.
And if anyone is interested in one of these tortoises, just email me at kenanh1@comcast.net. So I like to put them in and face them at the food, just so they can sniff it, smell it. Here's some of the weeds, they'll get right to it. These tortoises are pretty acclimated, even at this young age, to being handled by me. So they're quite used to human interaction. And so I just let them know there's food. Look, watch this immediately. Look at that. Just immediately that cherry head starts eating. And that's another clear sign that these animals are doing well. In my opinion, it's always best, if you can't get directly from the breeder, make sure you go to a very knowledgeable reptile specialty store looking for your pet reptile, because you don't want to get one from a large chain store where you run the risk of the people not really understanding reptiles. Very important, guys. So when you're looking in the stores, you're going to spend a few $100s on cherry heads, a couple $100s on redfoots. It's also, you get a better deal when you get to the breeder. Anyway, if you are interested, you can email me at kenanh1@comcast.net. Now, the cool thing about this enclosure here is that when it rains, the rain just goes right through it, no drama. I like that. I have half in the sun, half out. Creating something like this for a baby tortoise that can take the humidity is very, very important. Now, you can do sulcatas outside. However, you're going to want to make sure that they have a completely covered and covered area, so where the humidity, rain can't get on them. It's very important. Look at this guy eating the weed. Look at him right there. Look at him go. He's eating the weed. See what I mean? These little dudes are just programmed to get right to it and start chowing down. So awesome. Again, very, very important. This is why I do these videos. I want you guys to be so excited and happy with your baby reptiles. I want them to do well. I want everybody to have as much success as I've had with these animals and the enjoyment of being their caretaker, because you got a little buddy for a long time. Remember that. These guys are going to live 80 to 100 years, no problem. And in the case of the sulcatas, like this guy flipped over, if he keeps flipping over, he ain't going to live much. But in the case of the sulcatas, they are going to get huge. Let's let them soak a little bit more. I want to show you just how big. We're going to take one right here, and we're going to walk on over. So it's not too far from where this little guy started life as an egg. He was laid by his mommy. I don't know which one, but he was laid, and I'm just going to show you how big they can get. You know what they can do. I want to be truthful with everything I do and everyone I teach here on this channel, and it's important to know that if you do take the responsibility of a sulcata tortoise, you have a lifelong commitment, and you're going to have a massive, massive animal. It's midday, so it's very hot, so what they do normally is they kind of hide in the shade. Here's one of the females right here. Could it be the mother of this tortoise?
Oh,
could it be? I don't know. But you see she's stretched out, relaxing. Look at her go. Look at this. Look at this. What do you think, guys? That is a 20-year-old female. This is one of her, potentially one of her offsprings, a couple months old. So really, really beautiful animal. I love them.
Here, put them on my head.
Put them right on your head there, buddy. You got it. So if it's a male, it's going to get even bigger.
Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
That is just so cool.
Look at her looking at it. My gosh.
That to me blows my mind. Like the fact that they get this big, it still just surprises me.
Well, in the wild, it is such a monumental task for one of these babies to reach maturity. And that's why when they do get as big as they do, it's almost as though they're immortal, because tortoises live a very, very long time. And one of the problems they face in the wild and in other habitats across the globe is habitat destruction and overhunting for food. These animals take a long time to mature, and when you take the large ones out for food, you're taking out the most reproductive females, which in itself is a shame. Now the rest of them are going to be in here. We'll just peel this back. There'll be some hiding in there. Kind of tough to see, but you can kind of see it. There's some tortoises. There you go.
There it goes.
All right, pretty cool, right? The rest must be out. Oh, there's one. They're all hanging out. So they're really great tortoises, but you know, when you're taking those large males and females, you're taking the reproductive ones right out of the ecosystem, and that is just a disaster for keeping the population going. So sulcatas are well represented here in the United States, but unfortunately where they're from in Africa, people are not doing well. People use them for food, and there are more tortoises in the United States, sulcatas that is, than there are in their native countries because of different things like famine and war and political unrest. Watch yourself, there's a puddle. So anyway, You just don't want to take animals from the wild, and that's why if you're going to get a pet, be prepared for what you're going to need to do. And it's a lifelong commitment. These are not impulse buys. They look cute and stuff now, but don't do it if you're not ready. All right, guys, we're going to get these guys out of the water, and we're going to put them back in their homes. And we have 82, so that means 41 in each container, correct? I am able to do that math. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's get 41 in each container, and then there'll be 41 for you.
So sweet.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Look at him just loving on this,
Isn't that amazing?
oh my God. Amazing.
Dump that bowl out. Look, this is the paste, see?
Take the camera for 1 second.
Yeah, here's the urates, guys. So those are urates. That's what he just kind of excreted through his cloaca. And yeah, that's a good thing. Don't freak out when you see that. When they can pass the urates, it's good. If they're dehydrated, they won't be able to pass it and they'll get renal failure. So you want to make sure they can pass it. And that's why we do this. Here's some more urates. Very good. All right, so I'm going to put these at 4. 39, 40, 41. Okay, there's 41 in there. 4, 5.
These guys are so active, it's crazy.
39.
Even more now that they're wet.
40 and 41. We did. That was some good math.
So what you're saying is we can count.
I can count again. All right, let me load these guys up. I can double them.
Oh yeah, here, you take the bottom.
Got them. All right, cool. Let's go, kitties. Let's put these guys away. Watch them go to town on that food. And awesome stuff, man. We're learning a lot here. I love it.
I love dealing with these little ones.
They're so cool. Oh, look at this.
Oh, we missed one.
We missed one.
Look at this guy. He probably came out of the corner.
Yeah?
Here, we'll take him out and get him a little wet.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to throw these guys in here.
They're going to love this. I didn't mean to interrupt your snack, bud, but you need a little water.
Well, you can put them in the water bowl that we have here.
Ah, yes. Look at that.
With one, it's easier to contend with just the small water bowl. Always have fresh water. I've got UVB lighting for these guys. All turtles and tortoises are going to need UVB lighting, very important. A basking lamp is also very, very important. And clean water, as you can see, we've got that as well. Add in some hiding areas, a basking rock, and you're going to have a very cool little habitat for your animals. And these vision cages do very well. There's enough breathability in here that you can get good airflow, which is good for not having any kind of bacterial problems. And it also holds humidity a bit longer when you need to do a little soak, which I will do as well. I'll just spray them down, a little misting, stuff like that. Once these guys settle in, they're gonna realize there's food there, and they'll do just like our friends, the redfoots and cherryheads did. Here we go.
You'll spray them down right inside this?
Yeah, I'll just mist them down. I have a pump sprayer. I mist them down. It stimulates activity. Remember, even though they're desert animals, so these little guys here, even though they're from the desert, water is extremely important to them. Water is probably the most important thing in the desert. It's how you live. So when they do get water, they drink as much as they can. An adult could potentially go for up to a year without actually drinking. They'll also get water through what they eat. So they're going to be eating a lot of succulents, things like that have moisture in it, so they'll be able to retain it. One of the most important things you need to know about, say you're in the American West and you're wandering around and you see a desert tortoise, Gopherus agassizi. You don't want to ever pick that animal up if you're just out on a hiking trail. If you're on a road, I get it, you're trying to save it, but when you pick them up, they may void the contents of their bladders, they will urinate, and when they do that, they've gotten rid of all the moisture they could potentially see in the next year. So it's very important. You could actually be killing them. So be very careful not to pick them up for no reason. And if you do, try and get them to drink. Try and get them some water if it's possible for you. Soak them if you can. Find a puddle. You guys don't want to go this way. You want to go check out all that good food. So yeah, they're really cool animals.
This guy wants out.
Yeah,
Stay over here, bud.
they do. They want out. So you know what to do, friends. If you're looking for one of these little dudes that's coming from a good home, I'm your guy. All right, everyone. Well, there you have it. Sulcata tortoises. I think I have a few of them. But I've been doing this for many, many years. 20 years I've been raising these little dudes, and it's been a lot of fun for me. And there are countless people that enjoy sulcata tortoises and all kinds of baby tortoises. You just have to know what you're getting into, and that it is a lifelong commitment. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me a comment below, and I'll talk to you all again real soon. Take care.